We're constantly hearing about the deep state this, the shadow government that. And I was sitting there talking to somebody, a stranger, and he said a few things, and it got me wondering that maybe the deep state is not necessarily what we think it is. And so this gentleman that I was talking to, he was a traveling union worker, and he was talking about his job, and I was fascinated, because work and stuff always fascinated me, being a guy that worked in the oil field, ran a boat, and but he never talked about the work. He never talked about the voltage, the cables, the size of the cables, specialized equipment. Like his work just didn't really fascinate him that much. But what he did talk about was the immense power that he and his union brothers had when it came to determining whether a job got done on time, didn't get done on time. And he talked about a case where, he and some of his brothers got mad at the foreman of the job or the contractor, and they decided that they were going to sandbag the guy, and that they would not work, play cards, take long breaks, just do everything they could to be inefficient. And he was very proud of it. And it got me wondering, and I started to think there were some really kind of incredible similarities between labor unions and that secret society called the Freemasons. In structure and everything out. And so I started Googling, and it turns out that actually I was spot on. See, a lot of these guys that started the labor unions were Freemason, and they established these lodges and brotherhoods and had oaths and everything else clear back starting in the 1770s, I believe. 1717. Yeah, 1717. And so putting the two together, I started to really kind of think, what if this shadow government that we hear about all the time is actually starts at the smallest of laborers, who is pledged into a union, takes an oath, and says that he's going to vote the way the union wants him to vote. He's going to pay his dues, which in turn funds political things. And he's going to strike when they want him to strike. He's going to work when they want him to work. He can't be fired. He just gets moved around in his job. And if he doesn't like somebody who was voted in, then it's not very hard to just do the bare minimum of your job and get by. The other thing is I thought about just how many things are unionized. Your bagger at the grocery store is part of a union. The person who writes the TV shows is a union. The teachers that teach your kids, they're a union. And I wonder if they ever break with the union and vote their conscience. Or if, because they're part of a union, that they vote their pocketbook and do what they do so they can keep their job. Anyways, something to consider.